Hey guys, what's up? This is Deliciously Locked, and we're here for the Black Nomads virtual tour series. So today we're going to be doing a virtual tour series of our van and our van build, and how long it took us to do the van build, how much money we put into it, and everything like that. So,
Oh, okay. Yeah. So my name is Kadedra.
and my name is Addae.
And be sure to follow us on Deliciously Locked. And if you aren't already, follow Black Nomads Meet on Instagram. So we live in a 1994 Chevy van. It's green. I'll go ahead and just give you guys a little glimpse of our van. We have been living in our van for about a year and some change. August is usually like our van life anniversary. So we actually just celebrated our 1 year anniversary, which is super awesome. Um, so one of the reasons why, well, some of the reasons why we started living in a van was to save money. At the time when we first started talking about doing van life, we weren't living together. I had moved back in with my parents, and he's from Maryland and I'm from Virginia. So we really wanted to move in together, but we didn't want to get like an apartment. We didn't want to be like spending all that money. And we also just wanted to take that money and be able to like invest it in ourselves and be able to have that liberty of doing what we love without the pressure of like having to pay rent and utilities. So saving money and investment were two really good reasons. And just to like travel too. Like we both love to travel. We both love to hike. So it was really it just made it just made sense to like move into a van and be able to like do the things that we love and do it really affordably. So yeah, what about you? What are some other?
I think for me, being that I'm a musician, I wanted to be able to focus on my craft, perfecting my craft without having to worry about working full time and paying rent. So now, living van life, I can really focus on my music, creating, as well as we can travel and I can meet different people in different places. I'm not stationary in one place. If I want to go to another city and network with other musicians, I can do that. And it creates a bigger network for me as an artist. So it was one of the reasons why I wanted to do van life, as well as you said, making it affordable for ourselves so we can focus on our craft. So yeah, those were the main reasons why I wanted to do van life. When we wanted to do van life, you know, it's crazy because when you brought it up to me a few years ago, I had already been somewhat familiar with like bus life, RV life, van life, and it was something I wanted to look into doing because one of my musicians that I admire, who's a legend, Sly Stone from Sly and the Family Stone, he actually lived in his RV a few years back and just made music. He was just hitting the road, making music, chilling and producing. And I was like, man, I would love to do something like that. Just be in my RV, be in my zone, and just make music, and I can go wherever I need to go, and I really don't have to pay rent or overhead like that. And I was like, a guy like that. I mean, he played in Woodstock. I mean, he's a legend. If he's doing that kind of stuff, it's like, yo, maybe I should do something like that too, and travel with it. So when you brought it up to me, I was like, yeah, let's do it. I didn't really hesitate too much. I didn't hesitate really at all. As soon as you bought it, I was like, yeah, let's go ahead and invest in that and do that. So
and even before we met, we were both just like travelers, period.
Yeah, we were.
Yeah. So when we met, it just happened. It really just happened. So next question.
Yes.
Our favorite and least favorite thing about van life.
Yes.
I'll go first.
Yeah, you can go first.
So some of my favorite things about van life is I personally love our van. Like it's like a little clubhouse. It's like our own personal world. And we've really been able to put our creativity into like the van. And it's really just like a reflection of our of who we are in our artistry. So I really love just like the whole concept of it. It's comfortable, like it's colorful. It's just really cozy. Traveling, of course. And my favorite thing about just van life as a whole is obviously just like saving money, you know, and just having like that peace of mind, you know, that you can like pursue what you enjoy doing and don't have to get a full-time job. You know, you can really put your time into your craft. So that's three of my favorite things. My three of my least favorite things is using the bathroom is a thing, and we'll go over that in our van tour of like how we like use the bathroom and stuff. Using the bathroom was kind of a thing, especially as a girl, you know. um Second thing would be sometimes parking is like a thing. Thank God we have like a van, so it's a little easier because we can like kind of slide by being a vehicle. But parking kind of is big sometimes, and probably like the temperature fluctuations.
I would say temperature fluctuations can be, depending on what region or where we're at in the country, the temperature fluctuations can be a bit much. If we're further south and it's the summertime, obviously it's hot.
It's hot, and it's hotter in the van than it is outside. So like
and then if you're further north, obviously wintertime, late fall and wintertime, it can get a little cold. But we have our ways around that. I mean, we'll share that with you later in the van tour too, how we get around certain temperatures and everything like that. Specifically the cold, being where we're at right now, currently in Maryland, you know, with the winter coming and everything like that, we have ways to prevent from just being freezing cold and basically being little icicles in here.
We'll share with you guys like the things that we do, and of course, you know, living in like a smaller setup, you know, having a big old heater and, you know, all these amenities, you know, you have to shrink all of those amenities when you live in a smaller space. So we'll kind of go over like some things that we do to stay warm. Well, speaking of, we'll go ahead and just hop into the van tour.
Yes.
Okay, so this is our kitchen area. It kind of acts as more as like our everywhere area. It's our every room area. So here we just have like a little bit of storage here, just like some little compartments, pens and pencils, you know, say bundles for burning and stuff like that. We have like a front mat where like you take off your shoes. It's just a way to just keep the space clean because it's such a small space. So, you know, take off our shoes before we like enter the van. If you come around here, so you come around here, this is our kitchen. We have a very like modest kitchen. It really just gets the job done. So we just keep like oatmeal, rice. I'm really into cooking. Oh yeah, follow my personal page at Eat Fresh Veggies. I do a lot of van cooking on there. So yeah, I'm a really big van cook, if you will. So yeah, I like to keep like dried herbs. We have like dried beans, you know, little just like dried goods I keep up there. Spices, you know, I like to keep in here. Usually this is like really easy. Yeah, so I'll just keep like spices and stuff like that in here. Going into our kitchenette, top shelf is kind of just like more storage. This is just like some herbs. We have like some cups, you know, our cups and bowls are up there. Plates, we have our like pots that we cook with, and bowls are down there. You know, basically all of our like kitchen eateries here. And then we have a magic bullet, which is really low on wattage, and I love this blender. We use it like every day. So then we have like our sink set up here. So we have our sink here, which we just installed, and it goes, oh yeah, please get a close up on that. So yeah, we just like put our sink in, and then you know, I'll kind of show you guys like the setup. So it comes down here. It's just really simple. Just like we got like a sink piece that had like an extension and just like screwed it on here. And then it just like catches the water there. And then we have like a spout. So like when we're finished with it, we just like take it out and just like dump it or just like let it drain. So yeah, that's our kitchen. I'll move this back over. So that's the top of the kitchen, and then we just have like our pantry items in here. So we'll keep like, you know, dried goods, beans, bread, peanut butter, all of those things that we like enjoy. So, oh, and this is kind of like a continuation of our water setup. So when we're ready to like use our water, we have this like 1 gallon jug that I mean, it was like $8, and then the nozzle part, it was like maybe like 10. So yeah, we just like only use the sink when we're ready. So we pull it out, and then of course it flows here, and then as I showed you earlier, it drains here. So this was like $5. The tube was like 6, and this was like $2. So I think our whole water setup is around like $25 or something like that. So really cheap, really simple, and it works. All right. And so I'm gonna circle you guys around our cooler. We use like an igloo cooler, so I'm not gonna pull it out because it's like kind of heavy, but yeah, our igloo cooler, it just like has ice in it, and that's basically it. And then we have like our fire extinguisher is like right here in case there's a fire. And oh, okay, so if you guys want to turn around, I'm just going to show you guys like some of our front storage. So reusable bags and grocery bags we put up here. Just we keep our maintenance stuff actually back here. So jumper cables, whatever, all that good stuff is up here. And then we have like our electronics, like our charger for our battery that we use, and USB cables, in the fourth. So lastly, I'm gonna go over our like how we use our bathroom. So I'm actually just gonna step out here. All right, so how we use the bathroom is we're usually like out in nature. So we'll just like use the bathroom outside. Oh, we'll bring like a shovel and just like bury it. Bring our like toilet paper with us. Obviously we have to go number one. We'll just like do it at a tree. But for emergencies or something like that, or if it's like the middle of the night, especially as like a woman, like I don't want to be outside like all exposed. So I have like a designated like container that I use. And like I'll just like do number one in there and just like pour it out, and then of course like soap water, like alcohol down like the cup. So that's only if it's like 3 o'clock in the morning and you don't want to just like be outside. And that's like pretty simple. We'll just use like public restrooms in the meantime. If we are at campsites, then we'll just use like a campsite bathroom. So I mean, we usually get by pretty good when we need to like take care of our business. And some people have like portable bathrooms and like compost toilets and all that stuff, but we really like value our space, and we like to have as much space for just like creativity and cooking and all that stuff. So it just like it takes up a lot of space, and our method like really just works for us. So yeah, that's our kitchen and bathroom.
Awesome. I'm gonna give you guys a tour of the bedroom section and our bed and our storage underneath the bed. So this right here, obviously, is the bed, and we actually originally we were gonna cut it up and make it like a sofa bed type of thing, and then we just ended up just keeping it as a bed, and it's very comfortable. Our mattress is actually extremely comfortable.
Tell them what kind of mattress we got. What was it like? A loft or something like that?
Yeah. I remember ordering it from online. I actually ordered it on Walmart's website, and it got it to us like in 2 days. It was like $280, something like that, and it has like a mattress protector, and it actually conforms with your body, so it has like memory. So it's definitely a very comfortable mattress. I usually sleep on the outside because I'm the protector. If somebody try to bust in, you know what I'm saying? I'm gonna be the first one to get to you. So I usually sleep on the outside. And underneath the bed, we actually have more. We have storage, obviously, and we usually keep our clothes in this bin. And then underneath here, clothes. We have like art supplies and canvases and things like that. Hang up our keys right here, just so we can get to them quick if we need to. And we also have like a little fruit basket, a little hanging fruit basket that we keep our fruit in and everything. Got pepper spray, you know, just in case here again somebody tries to get in here. And over here, we usually keep our toiletries and stuff in here, whether it be like oils or anything really, oils,
Hair ties,
hair ties, all that kind of junk. So, and then over here, this is where we keep like our oils and incense, like essential oils, like our smell good stuff. So, whole bunch of essential oils, incense. Sometimes we keep our bundles in here and stuff like that. Lighters, whatever. And we got a little calendar. We got some decorations, and also our lights. We have to keep these little string lights up for just extra lighting at night, and it just looks cool. Sets a nice vibe. So, vibey little lights. And over here, we actually recently just did this. We moved our shoes up here because it was like a little hump here, and we were like, you know what? There's probably some extra storage we can use behind this little hump here. So we took the little hump out, which took a little time. It was kind of really nailed in there by the manufacturers, obviously. So we took that out, and we had this extra storage space here. So we actually put our shoes and some books and movies, and it's just like a whole shelf that we use. And we got our little heater here too for the for when it gets a little cold in the van. Got this little guy right here. It's actually very low on wattage. I think it's like 200 watts, maybe 250 watts at the most. And plug this into our battery, and bam, we got heat. Mm-hmm. So if it gets really cold in here, we plug this little guy in. So also we got of course the privacy cloth for the back door. Make sure nobody's peeping in here. This is our little decorative cloth just to cover up that space when we need to cover it up. And back here, we usually keep this extra storage too. We usually keep our water back here. We have like 2 6-gallon jugs that we use for drinking and washing up if we need to wash up in the van. So that's back here in the back. As well as I usually keep got my guitar back here too, my acoustic guitar, and
pull it out.
Keep this back here. I need to put it in the case. I have the case, but sometimes I just need to grab it and not take it out the case. So got this right here, and we also have the ukulele right here hanging up. So we need to grab something and do a little something creative. We can do that. Yep. So got that for whenever I need it, and I'm in my mode, in my zone. So I usually keep that stuff back there as well. And also, let me show them this. So we actually blocked out our windows and put insulation in there because we noticed that it's just a draft coming from the windows and everything, especially when it gets cold outside. So we decided to do because our little insulation here and just kind of block the windows. I didn't need it for driving or anything like that. So it gives us more privacy as well as it keeps us warmer. So we did that with both this window as well as the kitchen window. And yeah, it's been working out great for us. It's been working out really good. So yeah, that's pretty much it for the bedroom tour. And also, let's go over the battery actually. Let me put this back 1 second. Let me put this back. Try to keep it neat in here. It's a small space, so you can't be too messy. So I'm gonna come over here. Goal Zero, I should say. Yeti Go Zero. And it's a 400 watt. So you get like 400 watts of power. Usually you can get the solar panel that comes with it if you're in that region where you get a lot of sun, so you can recharge it back up. But usually what we do is anytime we're in a space or a place where we have a power outlet or a power source to recharge it, we just plug it in for several hours and you can get our charge. We really don't honestly use it that much. I thought when we first came in the van we'd be using a lot of power, but surprisingly for us we didn't need much power. So I mean, we use it when we need it, or if we need light because it does power like some of the lamps that we do have in here. Or if we need to make a smoothie real quick for breakfast, like obviously our bullet can run off of it, but we really don't use it that much. Just use it when we need it. I mean, it's been times where we go days without using it. So power's not really a big thing for us. We're very minimalistic and very simple. We keep things very simple. That's what this lifestyle has taught us, to make things simpler. It's not be too complicated. So that's our power source. Ain't nothing crazy, just that. So yeah, we also keep some, not too much. We might keep a couple little items back here too, like some books that I have. I have some music books that I usually keep there and keep there for storage purposes. But that's pretty much it. We keep it. Our van build is very simple. It's very minimalistic, and we've noticed even after a year of doing this lifestyle that we condense down even more. We were steadily condensing down everything. We actually have plenty of space in here now that we did like a big like condensed down this summer. And we have so much space in here in our storage. We have nowhere near filled up to capacity our storage. So it's been a blessing to just let things go. Things that you don't need, things that is from another season and time. Some things you just gotta let go. It's for that season and time. To get a new start and a new season, you gotta let things go. So that's what we did. So that's pretty much, that's the whole van.
Why is nomad living and tiny home living important in the Black community? So one of the reasons why we started Black Nomads Meet was, of course, to bring together the existing Black nomadic community, current Black van lifers or schoolies or people just living in their vehicles. Well, we also just wanted to educate people about like alternative forms of living and being able to save money and being able to like properly invest in yourself, especially when, well, of all ages, everyone's welcome, but especially if you're starting out, so many people our age or, between like 21 and 35 have like so much debt and they're getting into all these like financial commitments, and this is just an alternative way of living to just save money, and especially as a young person, be able to like live comfortably and explore your world without like any crippling debt or getting into these like 30-40 year like mortgage commitments. And yeah, so that was like one of the things that we find really important in the Black community, and being able to gain this knowledge of living in your van or living on the road. Well, what do you think?
I think with van life, RV living, bus living, I think it's important for us as melanated beings to reconnect with nature and the source. And a lot of times with living in a van, and I know there's urban van life, but a lot of times you tend to be more outdoors. And I think that's very extremely important to reconnect with that source, because that's who we are. That's who we are. We're earthly grounded beings, and nature, it just does something. Being out in the sun does something for our skin. We have to realize when you're stuck in a house all day in what I call caveman like conditions with air conditions and all that other kind of junk, you're not receiving even really our proper sunlight that we need as melanated beings. So since living in the van, I receive so much sun and vitamin D, it ain't even real. So, stay outside, you get fresh air. It's a lot of times we're in grass and stuff. I got my shoes off, just connecting with that source. And that's what van life does. It's important for us to be outdoors. And, I place a big emphasis on that, because you draw inspiration from it. It's good for your health. You're getting a proper workout and movement. You're not sitting in front of a TV all day or in front of a computer or on your cell phone. You're kind of putting that stuff, which really is extra radiation, really. You're putting that stuff kind of to the side, and you're stepping out and getting your fresh air the way you need to. So that's a big reason why this is very important, because I understand debt. Obviously, you don't want too much debt on you, and for financial reasons, you have those reasons, but you also have the reconnecting with nature reasons too.
Yeah,
So.
of course, the whole aspect of just like traveling
Mm-hmm.
and when we say travel, we don't necessarily mean do like cross country road trips. Like sometimes it can just be as simple as like just traveling like the state that you live in.
Absolutely.
And I think a lot of people are discouraged from doing that because I mean it's expensive.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, especially if you're trying to do it like, you know, the mainstream way of, you know, doing hotels
Mm-hmm.
and you know, relying on Uber or, you know what I mean, some kind of like a private service to like, you know, drive you around to certain destinations when you're there. But when you're living this type of lifestyle, you can travel where you want to go. I mean, campsites can be sometimes as cheap as like, I mean, $5.
Mm-hmm.
Like, you know, we do like freecampsites.net and also just like general, just Google and find some like really low cost or free campsites that, you know, your house is with you. And, you know, like Addae was saying, like being able to go outside and the line between inside and outside start to blur,
Mm-hmm.
which is really awesome about living. Like you're inside, but you're outside, you know, so you're always getting like fresh air. So when you do open up the doors and that cool air comes in, like it isn't like, oh, I'm outside now. Like you feel more like connected with your environment in that contrast of like walking into a house, a four walls, you know, you're like, it's a controlled climate and, you know, you're not getting like you're not outside, you know. So I think, you know, just kind of piggybacking off of you of like, of course, just like connecting and just being more in tune with your surroundings.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. So as the organizers of Black Nomads Meet, we want to talk a little bit about representation and why Black Nomads Meet is working to help highlight current existing nomads and encourage Black people to get more involved in this lifestyle. So, you know, feel free to jump in whenever you want. But you know, when we first so we've been doing this lifestyle for, like we said, about a little over a year. And when we started this lifestyle, even just as nomads before we started van life, just as general travelers, we didn't really see a lot of like representation of Black people on the mainstream media. And we felt as if just being a feature on someone's page or you know, a part of a greater white owned project was just like simply not enough. Like, you know, we were featured on a lot of like van life pages and you know, white platforms, and it was nice, but we felt that there's still a lot that we are not fully encapsulating as as Black people, while we're still like on these platforms that are not like centered around us. So we started Black Nomads with not just a featuring of Black people or a featuring of, you know, other people. I mean, this was really just centered for Black people to increase our representation in this lifestyle, and have a safe space for us to learn about this lifestyle, connect with others, and be able to plan projects without any kind of like, how do you say, like, I mean, it's an exclusive group. It is an exclusive group, and we feel like we wanted to build a platform for which Black people can plan and connect, you know, within like a safe space of people who are just made up of them, who identify with them. So those were like some really strong reasons why we feel that the Black Nomads Meet project is really important in the greater like tiny home community. So.
Yeah. And I think another reason we wanted to keep it exclusive, particularly we wanted to be able to have open conversations about things that affect us as, you know, Black and melanated beings on the road. We wanted to be able to comfortably talk about those things. And on the virtual meetup, we were actually able to do that. You know, when you have other people involved, particularly the people that have oppressed you involved into these conversations, you can't speak as freely as you would like to. And we wanted everybody to be able to be comfortable to speak their mind, say what they need to say, and address those issues, very important topics, because they don't walk in our shoes. They don't understand certain things and they can't comprehend certain things. And we obviously understand each other. We can comprehend everything, and you're not gonna have that force looming over your head.
Yeah.
Oh, can I say that right now?
Yeah.
Or
Yeah.
and all that kind of
Yeah.
stuff. We wanted
So
to be able to have a free flowing conversation, and that's why this group is exclusive. That's why it's important for us.
yeah.
So
And since doing this project, and that we've been doing the Black Nomads Meet project for about a year, like we have people who have messaged us of like, you know, oh, ever since I found this page, I really been thinking about doing this, and you know, just we tend to gravitate towards situations in which we already see ourselves belonging to. So when we see a greater tiny home community that just, you really just aren't seeing Black people on there, you automatically say, well, that's just not a space for me because I'm not already there. So the Black Nomads Meet project is a space to already see yourself, like, oh, I can see myself doing that. That she looks just like me, or he, you know, does music too, like, and he's living in his van. So you know, being able to just see yourself in a community in it, you know, in itself is a way to just get involved in it. So yeah, those were like just representation, you know, and not inclusion, you know. I'm gonna say it, not inclusion, which is amazing. I mean, we respect, you know, non-Black organizations for wanting to learn more about the uniqueness and creativity of Black people living in their tiny home. However, like, you know, this isn't really much as like including us on existing white platforms, but creating a platform for us to, you know, comfortably build and connect and just share this life-changing experience of nomad living. So yeah, cool. Is there anything you wanted to add before moving on to the next question?
That was pretty good. That sums it up.
Okay, cool. Yeah. All right, so last question of our interview is, well, what do you hope that viewers can gain from this interview?
That it doesn't take, you don't have to have a $50,000 van to do this lifestyle. It can be very affordable as long as you have a plan and you're using your creativity. You can make this a very minimalistic, simple lifestyle. It doesn't have to be all like, you know, an apartment on wheels all the time.
What was our final budget? You want to just like tell them how much we ended up spending?
So far as our budget, I mean, we're always doing different things, but I mean, if I give like a rough estimate, honestly, we probably didn't spend it no more than 4,000.
Yeah.
No more than 4,000.
And not including gas. I mean, we're talking about just the vehicle and the renovations.
We spent no more than $4,000 doing this whole project. That's what renovations, that's the cost of the van. Even some vehicle maintenance.
Oh yeah. Well, including maintenance, maybe like $5,000.
Yeah,
we got new tires and we got some new brakes on the van.
Yeah, so
that's a given.
That's a given, yeah. So I mean, if you put the vehicle maintenance in there, no more than $5,000.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? And you're not gonna buy a house for $5,000. Honestly, at least in the area, and even if you're renting, I mean, in the area that we live in right now, I mean, your cheapest apartment, I mean, just paying rent is going to be like $1,300-$1,300
a month, you know. And we bought this, you know, for what? So that's like let's just call it that, like 3 months of rent, 4 months of rent.
Yeah.
You know, this is like bought and paid for. And so the size of our van, I want to say it's about like 9 feet by like 6 feet, 5.5 feet. So I don't know, give or take like 45 to like 50 square feet. But when the outside is part of your living space, like sometimes we just chill in front of like the van with the doors open and have like chairs and tables out there. So, you know, your space is a lot bigger than just, you know, your van. So yeah, I mean, so it costs a lot less and you have a smaller space, but it's yours. Like you own it. It's yours. So yeah.
So I think that's
okay. Yeah, that one's like super awesome. So okay, well, and I guess like, well, one more thing I wanted to include about what viewers can like gain from this interview is you don't have to build your van like all in one fall swoop. Like you can do the front parts, and then still sleep on like depending on your, our van had like a long seat in the back. We would fold that down and just like sleep on that until we had like our mattress and everything. So you don't have to do everything at the same time. And I would say just do it, like give it a shot. It's really not a very expensive lifestyle to get started, depending on the type of van that you're looking for. And it's really gainful, it's really empowering, and it's really freeing to like live this kind of lifestyle. So give it a shot and take your time with it.
Yeah, definitely take your time. Like I said, plan and be creative. It's a blank canvas. That's what this lifestyle is when it comes to like renovations with your van and how you want to do it. It's really a blank canvas. Definitely, since we do have this space that's available for us as Black Nomads, ask questions. Feel free to ask other Black Nomads questions. Like we said before, the representation sometimes on other social media platforms, even like YouTube. Obviously, you can get great information for your van build on YouTube and things like that. But I mean, this is a community. Definitely ask questions. And any questions you have, just slide people a DM, introduce yourself, and even on our comments, you know what I mean, on certain things, add a comment if you have a question about a van build or anything like that. So this is an open forum basically.
And definitely visit our website, which is www.blacknomadsmeetup.org. We have our blog on there. We're currently looking for contributing blog writers. So if you are interested in writing for our blog, please email us at info@blacknomadsmeetup.org. But yes, please check out the website. We have, as Addae mentioned earlier, we have our virtual meetup that we did back in August, where we had some really wonderful workshops of current Black nomads, giving some really helpful tips on how they navigate this lifestyle. So definitely go to our website, check out the virtual meetup, and check out our previous episode 1 of the virtual tour series that we did with
the Lions Den
bus. The Lions Den bus. They gave us a really amazing experience of their schoolie. So yes, please go on our website, check it out. And of course, follow us on Black Nomads Meetup. Please donate to the organization and help us come out with further content like this one. So yes, follow us on Instagram and check out our donations page, as well as just like check out the page, period.
So I mean, we have more virtual van tours coming up in the near future. So just stay tuned with all of that. We're really trying to do a lot behind the scenes and, and just grow this movement and just keep it going. So we appreciate you guys, all of our supporters thus far. I mean, y'all have been amazing, with helping make this community work. Because it takes more than just us to, we found it, but it really takes the community being engaged and involved for it to be successful. So we appreciate your involvement and your contribution, everybody. We appreciate you.
Yes, thank you. Yes, thank you. It's been a journey and we've gotten through it together. So but yes, thank you all so much for checking out our episode. And yes, please support, like I said, visit our website to learn more about who we are and the Black Nomads Meet project. Have a wonderful evening.
Yes, have a blessed evening.
All right, peace.